Let us start by chanting the Namakara Pata. Let us all be in Anjali position. Arahang Sama Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami. Supatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Sanghang Namami. Can all sit in lotus position. So we are going to ask for 3 refuges and the taking of 5 precepts. So if you can refer to the book, page 42. Otherwise, you just follow my lead. Right? Okasa ahang bante disaranena sading pancasila dhammang yacami anugahang katwa silang Detame bante dutiyampi okasa ahang bante isaranena sading pancasila dhamma yacami Anugahang katwa silang detame bante tatiyampi okasa ahang bante disaranena sading Pancasila Dhammang Yacami Anugahang Katwa Silang Detame Bante
Yamahang wadami tang wadeta.
Amma Bante
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa.
Buddhang หังสระนังกัจฉามิ
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
ธัมมังสระนังกัจฉามิ
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
สังฆังสระนังกัจฉามิ
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
ดุติยัมปิบุตตังสระนังกัจฉามิ
Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami.
ดุติยัมปิธัมมังสระนังกัจฉามิ
Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami.
ดุติยัมปิสังฆังสระนังกัจฉามิ
Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami.
ตาติยัมปิบุตตังสระนังกัจฉามิ
Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami.
ตาติยัมปิธัมมังสระนังกัจฉามิ
Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami.
ตาติยัมปิสังฆังสระนังกัจฉามิ
Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami.
สารณะกัมมนังปาริปุณณัง
Amabante.
ปานาติปาตาเวระมณีสิกขาปดังสมาดิยามิ
Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Aku bertekad melatih diri
Aku bertekad melatih diri
menghindari membunuh makhluk hidup,
menghindari membunuh makhluk hidup.
Adinadana Weramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Aku bertekad melatih diri
Aku bertekad melatih diri
menghindari mengambil barang yang tidak diberikan,
menghindari mengambil barang yang tidak diberikan.
Kamesu micacara Weramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Kame sumi cacara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Aku bertekad melatih diri
Aku bertekad melatih diri
menghindari perbuatan asusila,
menghindari perbuatan asusila.
musawada, weramani, sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musawada Veramani Sikapadang Samadhiyami.
Aku bertekad melatih diri
Aku bertekad melatih diri
menghindari perkataan yang tidak benar,
menghindari perkataan yang tidak benar.
Sura meraya macca pamadatana Weramani Sikapadang Samadhiyami.
Surameraya Majapamadhatana Veramani Sikapadang Samadhiyami.
Aku bertekad melatih diri
Aku bertekad melatih diri
menghindari konsumsi zat yang memabukkan,
menghindari konsumsi zat yang memabukkan.
imani panca sikapadani silena sugating yanti silena boga sampada silena nibuting yanti tasma silang wisodaye.
Amma Bante Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So the schedule is just like informal talk, informal ngobrol-ngobrol. So I don't need to we don't need to request for Dhamma talk, or I don't need to say Namo Tassa. Just basically the idea is kind of informal, sitting together, meditate, and requesting some sila. Usually when we gather together, we try to cultivate wholesome thing. That's why we gather together, we request some sila. If we gather together in restaurant, in pub, it's a different story, kind of. So we come to a Buddhist center, we try to cultivate our mind. So we kind of, okay, let's doing something wholesome together. And the format is usually we do dana in the morning. We already offer some food in the morning. We do dana, and somebody offer allowables in the afternoon, drinks, some chocolate, and we're requesting some sila, morality. Then we sit together. We try to train our mind. So the path is complete. We tried it. Dana, sila, bhavana. Or sometimes they break it into sila, samadhi, panya. Dana, sila, bhavana. This is the bhavana. We break it into two. Sometimes we call it samadhi and panya. Stability of mind or concentration and wisdom. So I aware that there is some 2, 3 or Singaporean. So I requested to speak in English. So we start with meditation. I assume you are all here been meditating regularly. Once a year, I think it's regular, still regular, like every year it's regular. It's considered regular, or once every lifetime is also regular. If you want to stretch it kind of like in the big cosmic view, is that the life is, this is just one of our life from millions of lives. So, okay, regular, once every lifetime. So maybe this is the second one, I don't know. So we are familiar with already with the word meditation as a Buddhist. Sometimes it's basically people associate Buddhism with meditation, and it's become something very popular nowadays. There is so many kind of meditation. And sometimes people have so many information about meditation, and at the point they got confused. They confused themselves with so many kind of instruction, and they have idea already how we meditate, what kind of object of meditation. Even inside Buddhist religion, there is so many kind of meditation. If you learn from Tibetan school, Tibetan tradition, they have their style of meditation, and you may be familiar with Mahayana. There is different style of meditation. Then you get Chinese Mahayana, Japanese Mahayana, or Vietnamese Mahayana, like popular teacher like Thich Nhat Hanh. And you come to Theravada, they got Thai Theravada, Myanmar Theravada, Sri Lanka Theravada, then you get Thai Forest Theravada, and there is so many teacher pass by, and they teach you different thing. Then at the point, people sometimes get confused. So first of all, I should like my teachers, Ajahn Chah, it didn't teach any particular technique of meditation. There is no one technique for everybody. Because this is my first time come to Indonesia as a monk to spend the Vasa, my 17 Vasa. Because I know Buddhism not from Indonesia. I know Buddhism when I'm in Thailand. This is my third formal religion. Informal is 4. So I know Buddhism in Thailand. So this time I went back to Indonesia for the first Vasa. And there is so many views about meditation, so many information about meditation. At the point that Buddhists, the follower of Buddhist religion, arguing among each other at the point fighting among each other, which technique is the best. If somebody have faith in Myanmar tradition, they will think this is the best one. This is the right one. And people looking for the right technique. If we see first the sutta, the Buddha actually teach different method meditation. So sometimes he taught loving kindness. He met people and he taught them loving kindness and said this can bring you for liberation. Sometimes then he teach about contemplation of death. For some monks, they tell them to go to the graveyard, contemplate of dead body. Sometimes he taught about impermanence, to recollect, to contemplate about the impermanence of thing, or suffering of thing, or the non-self of thing. So different people actually learn different technique or methods from the Buddha. So in Ajahn Chah tradition also there is no one method. Oh, this is the method or this is the technique of Ajahn Chah, because everybody are different. So what is actually more healthy approach is what is the most suitable for me. It's not like what is the most right. That's mean, oh, this is the right one according to this Bante, according to this Ajahn, according to this Sayadaw, and the rest is wrong. So it's not like that actually. Like what is actually most suitable for us. And if we recollect again how the Buddha teach, first time, what is his first student? There is 5, right? 5 Panchavagya, 5 reclusive. And once the Buddha got enlightened, what did actually he taught to these 5 people? If we read, if you are familiar with it, it's not a technique, right? It's a dialogue. It's a dialogue between the Buddha and the 5 disciples to make them understand about the middle path, about the impermanence of things. He will ask them, How about your body? Is it permanent or not? Then the attention of these 5 disciples, instead of going out, it's going inside. Recollect, contemplate his own body. Then he observed the changing of things. Sometimes the breath come in by itself. Sometimes it breathe out by itself. I am not doing it. We wake up in this morning, for example, 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning. Now it's almost 7, so we can say for 12 hours already, the breath come in and out by itself, right? You are not doing it, right? I'm not, not like that. It's happened by itself. Who's doing it? It's happened by itself. So he started to pay attention to this, that it's actually is changing by itself. Then his reply, Anichang Bante. This body is changing. That is the moment of understanding. The mind get quiet while observing it. Then he replied, the Buddha kind of helped them to look there, look at your body, look at the thing which you consider I. Then my feeling. Then he asked, how about your feeling? Is it permanent or not? Then he recollect again. The feeling also changed. It's not I am doing it. That is the first 3 sutta, the first 3 teaching about this, about understanding, dialogue. Now we are all Buddhists. We believe it because we are good Buddhists, right? The Buddha said everything is impermanent, sabbe sankhara anicca. And there is Four Noble Truth. There is truth of dukkha. There is truth of the origin of dukkha. There is noble truth of the end of dukkha, and there is the noble truth path to develop it. Because we are good Buddhists, we believe it. That's why we never got it, because we believe. We didn't see it by ourselves. So now then, oh yeah, I believe, but I'm still suffer, I'm still got problems. So okay, then somehow, just by that kind of dialogue, interaction, you don't get it, okay, then because the mind is kind of moving so much like a monkey, jumping here, jumping there. These 5 disciples, when the Buddha asked them, the mind stopped for a while by itself and reflect into this, not reflect onto that something outside. This is the place where we understand Dhamma. So, okay, people don't understand that, then the dose, the intensity or the dose being reduced because the mind cannot stop. It's always jumping here and there. So when the truth you contemplate, you didn't really get it. So quiet the mind. And then there is so many technique for that. And in the commentary, it mentioned about 40 of them. But practically, there is more than that. That is just what being written down. For example, if you read the story of Bhante Ananda, he got enlightened when what? Between sleeping and sitting down. It's not doing technique, right? It is complete give up, complete surrender. I not doing it. I give up. But still aware. That is the moment understanding can arise. Because this I is on the way. I am doing it, I am doing it. That's what he did, right? Whole night. He tried to push himself. I must do it. He is the only monk who remember all the instruction of the Buddha. So what he's lacking? As a theory-wise, information-wise, he know everything, but he's not liberated. So then that night, he keep forcing it, he keep forcing it. I push myself. Cannot, because the I is become the one in the middle. So then when he gave up, okay, I cannot do it, I gave up, surrender, but still aware, he got it there. There is another story. It is in Theravada, another monk. 20 over years. He been pushing, try, cannot get it. He gave up also. But then the conclusion are different with the Buddha. The Bhante Ananda. Bhante Ananda gave up. I cannot do it. Okay, I go to sleep. This monk, I gave up. I kill myself. So then what he did, he got a rope, put it on the tree, hang himself. Just when the ropes are here, that is the moment and he got it. So he canceled to kill himself. He liberated there. The red line, like Bhante Ananda, this I, not in the way. I gave up, but still aware. Why I did kind of bring this story? Because it related with the Four Noble Truths. The first thing the Buddha taught, the essence of his teaching, which is later on elaborate, taught from different angle. So we get all this sutta. But the essence is just that. There is one time he said, I only teach dukkha, suffering, and the end of it. When there is no suffering, what is left? So then that is what he taught. There's only that. With different angle, he tried to explain it in different way. So that is the essence. But when we meditate, usually people forget that. We push ourselves, I want that. I want it to be peaceful. I want it to be whatever, get enlightened. I. We'll forget the story of Bhante Ananda. The I disappeared for a while. I'm not doing it, but still aware. He got to sleep. The other one, I gave up. I kill myself. Same, the mentality, the sikap batinnya sama. I gave up, but still aware. Now, I talk a little bit about that because before we go to meditation, because what I understand is it's not about the technique or the object, but about how we approach it, how we approach the object, our mentality, our sikap batin towards that object. The object still the same. So what we learn from we are small in society, in schools, we are taught when you want something, you push yourself, try hard, then you get it. Then this, of course, is not teach in the formal way like in the school. But this is how we learn in our subconscious. I want to be rich. I work hard day, night, day, night, day, night. I got rich. I got the object. So this is what in our subconscious mind, if I want something, I need push myself hard to get that. The more I want it, the more I get it. And of course, as a Singaporean, you know about this kind of fast-pacing society. Target. Then, oh yeah, there is result. The more I push myself, I got it. So when they start to meditate, walking on the path of spirituality, the mindset still the same. Now, instead of wanting BMW, Mercedes, that is too worldly, mundane. I am now spiritual person. Now I want liberation. Now I want jhana. Now I want concentration. But the mentality, the mindset still the same. I want that. I want something. I push myself. They forget that the Four Noble Truth is talking the other way around. They throw away. Just for example, if we imagine the eight noble path, Jalan Mulia berunsur 8, there is 8 spoke. People only concentrate on one. Just concentration, I want this, I want this. They forget the other 7. So it's not balanced. So the wheel are not strong because only one spoke. They cannot carry the load. So we need to make this all balanced. Start with the right view. Right view is about what? It's about Four Noble Truth. So when we meditate, we still use this Four Noble Truth, whatever object you use. So the only example, the close example, what we experience in daily life, is when we go to sleep. When we go to sleep, the more you push yourself, I must sleep, I must sleep. What happened? You cannot sleep. Or thinking tomorrow, what should I do? Yesterday like that. Or you cannot sleep. You need to complete, give up, kind of surrender, ikhlas, pasrah. Then you go to sleep, resting there. This is what happened with Bhante Ananda. But the moment before he lie down, that is the moment he's still aware. But the mindset already surrender, ikhlas, pasrah. So now that kind of mindset we need to use during meditation while still holding the object. So we are not carried away to the sleep realm. I gave up completely, but I feel my body. When I feel my body, there is breath come in by itself. There is breath come out by itself. Maybe I felt it in the stomach. Maybe some people feel it on the chest. Maybe some people feel it on the tip of the nose. It doesn't matter. It, it is not the place important, or it's not the breath is important, but the awareness behind it. And when you hold it, you don't hold it like you kind of cramp your hand like this. When you do like that with obsession, I need to hold this glass. For how long I can do that? I got tension, dukkha. But if I hold it relaxed like this, I still hold it. So this is the idea when you approach a particular object of meditation. The mindset is important. So I'm aware that here there is so many teachers pass by teaching different method or different object. It doesn't matter which one you are more familiar, which one you are more suitable. Use that one, but the mindset is different. It's not with the obsessive way of I will need to get this. The more I control it, the more I success. Because that is what we learn in the world. The more you control the external thing, either it is in the office or in the family, you feel that there is something, some result. This one is the other way around. You completely give up, but you're still aware. So then you use an object. In Thailand, one of the most popular object, we repeat the word Buddha. Did you ever heard about that? Buddha. But it's not in the possessive way. I need to control my mind, then I need to focus Buddha, 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 Buddha. There is still obsessiveness behind that. It's just a way, it's just something you hold, so you not drip to the sleep realm when you completely give up, completely relax. That you just repeat Buddha. Then kind of listen for 1, 2, 3 seconds, then repeat again Buddha. Because maybe the gap is too long, you completely relax, then you sleep. But if you kind of possessive on it, Buddha, Buddha, then you become tense. So you need to kind of check your mindset. Now, what is my mindset? Did I kind of relax, resting, or I become possessive? So that's why when I went this year to Indonesia, usually I told the lay people, forget meditation when you practice. Don't say I wanted to meditate. You just say I wanted to istirahat batin. Say I just wanted to rest. This is what Ajahn Chah said actually. He said when you wanted to make your body strong, you need to exercise it. You need to move it. You go to the gym, you move object here and there. You're lifting the weight, you're walking on the treadmill, you move your body, then you become strong, body-wise. You are healthy. When the body is strong, you are healthy, the virus cannot come in. You are strong. How about the mental side, our inner world? How to make it strong? And he said, you need to resting it. You need to make it rest while still aware. So then the mind which is resting have a quality of happiness. Then you can say your mind is strong. So when the virus come on the form of dosa, lobha, and moha, it cannot affect it. So to make it strong, you try to make it rest, not by forcing it, by resting. So the idea I told some lay people in Indonesia, okay, just say yourself, I wanted to istirahat batin. Because when they say I wanted to meditate, there's already so many this kind of preconceived idea. I need to force it. I need to control it. Then they not actually get relaxed. They don't. They feel tense. They forget the Four Noble Truth. So what we do the next? How long we going to meditate? I remember this morning somebody said she meditate usually 30 minutes once upon blue moon. So for example, if we do 30 minutes, for example, this is what we do. First, we assume the most comfortable position, right? So the most comfortable position, maybe when you go back to your house, you can just sit on the sofa. Sit on the sofa and try to get this feeling first. What it feel when I kind of complete surrender, I'm complete resting, just like before I go to sleep. Not the sleep itself, okay? Don't like John said, Ajahn Visalo said, when you meditate, you sleep. No, the process, how you go there in the sleep. You need to completely, you forget all your problems. You forget yourself, right? You forget your name. You forget your money in the bank, 1 billion, 2 billion. You forget even your husband, your wife. You forget your children. You completely disappear and you completely rest. Now we do that while we are still aware. Complete relax, resting, istirahat, batin. So we use an object to hold it lightly so we don't carry away. So when you do like that, you check first yourself. What did you want when you sit? Meditation, you can say the only activity where there is no udang di balik batu. There's no agenda. If you always say, I meditate to get that one, well, this is the recipe to get suffering. Why you meditate? No, I just wanted to be here. I wanted to rest. Imagine you keep working, working. They don't allow you to rest. They don't allow you to sleep. The body gets sick. The mind also like that. The problem is we only have the glimpses of resting our mind when we go to sleep. But when you wake up, the same pattern. Because we are not aware during the sleep, we don't learn what is the benefit when we are resting our mind. So this is actually what we do. First, when you sit, try assume the most comfortable position. You can start it when you're in home with lie down, no problem. But here, since we are together, we are not advised. We try to assume sitting posture. In the house, you have a favorite sofa, try sit on the sofa. And try to see your inner world. What is it when I complete rest, but I'm still aware? Then you feel your body, for example. When you sit, don't try to forcing yourself, then you start to very kind of very ideal. But there's a lot of stiffness there. There's a lot of forcing it. The posture may look ideal, but inside there is so many struggle. Sometimes I saw this kind of lumpo in Thailand. When they meditate, they kind of slightly kind of hunchback. My teacher, the one who ordained me Lumpaliyam, he actually said like this. If you see the ideals, it's not like straight and like that, but the inner world, that is the most important. So there is no like a perfect posture. It's like the most comfortable posture for you. And you can hold it for a while. Of course, you can say, oh, this is the most comfortable for me. But how long you hold it after 20 minutes, you get neck pain. So you need to find balance, the most comfortable, but you can hold it for a while. That's why lying down, one of the most ideal, if you can maintain the awareness. Because the moment you completely relax, lie down, you sleep. But you can try first. Oh, what does it feel? Lie down and completely relax, completely surrender, but you hold your awareness. Then you use your body as an anchor. You can feel, for example, your head first. You cannot check part of your body, your head. You feel your head, but then you check your mind. Am I resting? Then you feel your forehead, then check your body, then check your mind. Am I resting? In that way, you check part of your body. You kind of like scan it. You kind of like massage it mentally with gentle awareness. This become your anchor. Your mind is completely relaxed, but you use this so you're not drifting to the sleep realm. And if the mind so strong, so habitual to run here and there, you can use to anchor, to anchor. You feel your head, then you say, for example, Buddha. Stop for a while. Then you go to your forehead, then you say mentally, Buddha. Your neck, your chest. There is no fixed technique. You need to find out how you're doing it, that you're kind of like complete relaxed but still aware while using the body. You use the body as an anchor as well as your mind. You repeat Buddha. In that way, you move around. Then you find the balance. You're completely relaxed but still aware. You can do that 5 minutes, 10 minutes, no problem. It's not about the length of the time. It's not that the longer you sit is the better. No, sometimes you sit longer, you're completely not aware. Like sleeping is 6 hours, but it's not develop wisdom because you're completely gone. So that's how we do for the next 30 minutes. I start by ringing the bell, then end it also with the bell, and we try to sit as relaxed as possible, just like before we go to sleep, but maintain the object. And of course, there will be so many distraction. The thought will come because we've been doing that the whole days, the whole weeks, the whole months, the whole year, the whole time since we are born. And of course, the sound outside. Our job is not to have an interest with that, not to fighting it. I just have no interest. There is thought come. I had no interest. I just feel my body and repeat the word. We start by assuming the most comfortable posture. We sit comfortably, not forcing, just complete relax. We can check part of our bodies. We can bring our attention to the top of our head. Sometimes there is no sensation, no problem. It's just that we bring attention there without forcing it. We felt the top of our head. Then we can also say gentle Buddha. Then we bring the attention to our forehead. the attention in our body, but our mindset still resting, just like when we go to sleep. While feel far of your head, you can mention mentally, you can say Buddha. You bring the attention to your eyes. Just feel it, your eyes. Bring the attention there. And you can say it mentally, Buddha. Can feel your cheeks. Stay there for a while. Bring your attention to your neck, your shoulders. Just feel it first without forcing yourself. The mindset, just complete resting while you feel your shoulders. You can feel both of your arms. Can still mention mentally Buddha. Can feel your chest. Feel your stomach. Can feel your legs. Can feel your knees, your toes. Just pay attention your body while your mindset still relaxing, resting, istirahat, batin. You may feel there is breath come by itself. Maybe you feel it in your stomach, maybe in your chest. You just feel the sensation wherever it is convenient for you. Or just repeat mentally, slowly, Buddha for the next 30 minutes. Good morning. Somebody fall asleep maybe this morning. So what we are doing from this morning is complete path, complete medicine the Buddha gave us. Dana, somebody in the morning offer food, somebody in the afternoon offer drinks, and we take up morality, take sila, and we do train our mind, bhavana. So when we said ibadah, this is how we do ibadah for Buddhists. Some of our brothers in different religion, they do it 5 times a day. Is praiseworthy, while we are doing maybe once in the blue moon. So we should take that as example. We try to do it regularly. Whenever we have a time, stop for a while. And our mindset is resting. We're still aware. You can do it 1 minute. From here, maybe you park your car somewhere. How many steps you already have? Right? It's just like walking while mind is resting. Then we already practice. We already do our religious duties. Ibadah, that's already ibadah. So whatever the activity, when we approach it with mindfulness, awareness, resting, then it becomes spiritual practice. That's why in my monastery, in Ajahn Chah monastery, like the monks will sweep the floor, mopping the floor, sweeping the monastery. For some people, they're actually quite shocked when they come. I thought I'm going to have a retreat because their idea of practice is sit down, close the eyes, day in, day out. That's no, it's like whatever we do. Because if you think that meditation practice is only when you do a retreat, you cannot actually bring that in your daily life. It's like there is a discrepancy. What is spiritual practice and what is our life? If that is our concept of practice, sit down, close the eyes. Ajahn Chah mentioned that if just about sitting, those chicken, when they have eggs, they sit for 3 weeks, on the top of the eggs and nothing happened. So it's not about the posture, but it's about our mindset. Sikap batin kita bagaimana? When we are sitting, when we are standing, when we are walking, when we are lying down, when we are half sit, half lying down, just like Bhante Ananda. Doesn't matter what you do. You can translate that mindset of resting aware with whatever activity you have. Washing the dishes, cook, cutting the vegetables. And we need to get familiar first. What is that? What is it like the feeling of resting but still aware? Once we get familiar with that, then we translate it into whatever activity we have. Then it becomes spiritual practice. Then we can say, I pray all the time. There's a silent prayer. If you wanted to bring it in the jargon of other religion, we have ibadah all the time, surrender all the time while we do the activity in the office or whatever activity. It is challenging because we're not used to it. We have been trained. You need to force yourself, push yourself to get the object. And that's what we're doing, right? All these years. What is the result? So maybe there is other alternative approach in life. It's not that you need to quit your job or burn your house or divorce your wife. It's not like that. Because even in the Buddha time, his disciple, many of them are lay people and successful practitioner. You get Visakha, you get Anathapindika, King Bimbisara, and some people they are poor. There is a potter. It doesn't matter. Are you rich or poor? You can still be happy. if you apply the teaching, if you drink the medicine, you don't need to be poor or you don't need to be rich. If you are rich now, good. You can still happy. If you are poor now, you can still also happy. It depends our mindset. This is the medicine the Buddha offer. So that's about the teaching side, and the other side, just like I said earlier, just like an informal talk, just ngobrol-ngobrol biasa. So one of the thing when I arrived from the airport, one of the laywomen who received me, she asked, Ibu Devi, she's not here? I cannot remember the face. She asked me, Achan, where are you come from? I mean, kalau in Indonesia will be, aslinya di mana? Aslinya dari mana? Like Singaporean maybe cannot get the glimpses. Where are you come from? Why? From Singapore, right? Because so small. But when we say Indonesian, which province? And you get, when I left Indonesia 25 years ago, there is 27 province. Now, how many provinces? I cannot lose count. Because I left Indonesia when I'm 22 years old. So there, I remember that time the province is 27, then reduce one, is Timor left, but now it become more. Yeah. So when you say aslinya mana, I got confused actually. With, uh, outside Indonesia, when they ask me where I come from, it's easier. I say Indonesia, finish. But the Ibu Devi who asked me actually also Indonesian. So when he asked where I come from, I say, if I say from Indonesia, of course, yeah, from Indonesia, but which part? So when I went back to Indonesia, and some people, of course, that is very much normal question, right? When you meet people, where I come from, aslinya mana? So I say, actually, I don't know. I don't have asalnya mana. I don't have. So what do you mean with that? Maksudnya, Acan lahirnya di mana? Where are you born? I say, I born in Ambarawa. It's a small city between small kecamatan district between Magelang and Semarang. So I say, oh, kalau begitu, oh, so you are actually Ambarawa people, Ambarawa, from Ambarawa. Yeah, but actually I stayed there only 7 days. So I born there. Then my father moved the office. He's a soldier before. So we move almost every 1 year. So I moved to Sulawesi, moved to different province. There is one time, the longest I stay is 3 years. And always in the military compound, right? So in asrama. So I never have a concept, what is home, what is house, where I come from. I was moving around. So then they asked me, yeah, but your parents, your father and mother, where they originally came from? So I said they come from Temanggung, Central Java. So they said, then Achan is orang Temanggung, you're from Temanggung. I stayed there only 3 months. So, so when I go back to Indonesia, I got confused when they asked me, asalnya mana? When I went abroad, it's very easy. Where I come from, Indonesia, finish. So even since small, actually I'm homeless. I don't have feeling or perception. What is home? Place to settle down, keep moving. Even as a monk, wandering monk, you're homeless. I don't have home. But the funny thing, the paradox, because I don't have specific home, everywhere I went, I felt at home. Now this is my home for 3 days. I feel at home. Of course, the government say no, this is belong to BF. Yeah, of course. But I felt at home because I don't have house. I don't have home. I went to Thailand. Sometimes stay in the forest. Sometimes stay in the graveyard. Sometimes stay in the cave. Then that's my home for that night. Just shelter for the night. So when I'm small, keep moving like that is really hustle, you know. Then my mother had so many this piring glass. You need to wrap it with the newspaper, put it on the rack, then My father rank getting higher. You get so many. Uh, you get washing machine, kulkas. Before we don't have it, just move. Now the rank is keep higher. You get more belonging. It's really hassle. 2, 3 months before we move, we can start packing. And of course, as a child, I need to help my parents. My mother keep helping packing each cups. There's so many cups, and sometimes we only use it during Natal. So I said, oh, so hassle. Then we arrive, then we unpack again. Then after a year, move again. So I thought, oh, this is so hassle. So I thought later on, I have an idea. When I grow up, I don't have many things. So if I move, I just move. And somehow that's happened now. I move, okay, I just pack my robes, my bowls, put it in the suitcase, move. But all my siblings have a different conclusion because it's so hassle moving all the time. As a children, like my brothers, SMP 3 times. So kelas 1, different SMP, kelas 2, different SMP, kelas 3, different SMP. It's so hassle. You know somebody, you start to getting know each other, then you move again. And if you remember before, in Indonesia, we have pelajaran bahasa daerah, right? So every time I went to Sulawesi, go to Bugis, Makassar, Toraja, they have their own language. They have different script. So I moved to Bugis, I start to learn, I start to little bit reading, ka, ga, ngang, ka, okay. Then move again. So in my rapport, I always get red for bahasa daerah. 4, 5, 4, 5. My rapport, there's no clean because it's always get red for the bahasa daerah, for the local language. So then my sibling have a different conclusion. As soon as possible, I need to settle down. So after they study, they got married, built house, and they settle down. So among 5 of us, I am the only strange guy. I thought the same experience, but we came different conclusion. I conclude it's so hassle traveling around with so many belongings, so I don't want to have belongings. While they conclude it's so hassle moving around, as soon as possible, we settle down. So I thought, oh, I am the crazy one. They thought like that. So somehow when I met Buddhism, I met in Thailand, in Thai tradition, forest Thai tradition. So somehow the lifestyle is clicked with me. We are kind of wandering, no home. Then sometimes when getting old, you settle down, but there is this feeling, there is no like possession, I could say, my house. Sooner or later, I leave. Goodbye. So feel light. Sometimes I stay in different place and just move. And usually once a year, I return back to my monastery, Wat Pah Nanachat, where the foreigners train under Ajahn tradition just to extend visa, then move again. So when I'm in Indonesia, my family Catholic. I was raised as a Catholic. And of course, they baptized me when I'm still, I don't know, babies. And since they don't ask my permission, so they just baptized me. And I got a baptized name. Then I grew up as a Catholic. Actually, I enjoy a lot. I used to become an altar boy. Hell, I really like the life of the pastor, the priest. Like I have this affinity with the life of brahmacharya. Like, oh, they are actually celibate people, and I thought I wanted to be like that one day. So somehow, when I start to grow up, become teenager, then there is so many questions which actually I have, which cannot be answered to from religions. Then usually when I start to ask a lot of stuff from my priests, then usually they get fed up and they say, just believe. Later on, you die, you go to heaven." When they so I say, I'm not satisfied with that because that time, even until now, Jesus Christ is one of my idol. Like, wow, somebody, they put him on the cross, they put nail on the finger, then arm, then they put spear into his body, and he can still say, I forgive you. You don't know what you do. Where actually we saw that? In Metta Sutta. If you read the Metta Sutta, the complete Metta Sutta, the Buddha instruction is like that. When somebody cut your finger and cut your arm and you still have a hatred towards them, you're not yet complete the training, you're not yet my student. Of course, it's very high standard, right? Like, no need to mention somebody cut your finger, somebody kind of say something bad words to you and suddenly you kind of explode. But the classic example, the people, a person who embodied that is Jesus Christ. That time I grew up in Indonesia for 21 years. I stayed there until 22, I think. I never met any single Buddhist. Especially in Sulawesi in those days. All the people I know is either Catholic, Protestant, Islam, of course, or Hindus. I never met any single Buddhist, so I have no contact with Buddhism. I never met any bhikkhu. I don't know what is vihara. Of course, I know in the school we study how many religion in Indonesia. Okay, Islam, Catholic, Protestant, Hindu, Buddhist. That time Konghucu is not yet there on that limited understanding. So when I start to study in university, I met, in Buddhism, we have renunciate, we have monks, right? We call it bhikkhu. And in Catholic, they call it pastor, priest. And in Hinduism, they call swami, sannyasin, rasi, sadhu. So I met some of them, and that is how I learned meditation from them, from their Hindu monks. They have their meditation place called ashram. We call our place vihara. They call themselves ashram, their place. So I meditate, I learn from them, and I start to feel so much happiness inside. Just like, oh, this is maybe I'm still Catholic that time. So I thought, oh, this is what Jesus said, that the kingdom of heaven is within you. It's not outside. You need to find it inside. So in meditation, I got that clue. I go within, repeat the mantra, do breath work, do concentration. Oh, so many happiness, so much happiness. So I decide, okay, I wanted to ordain in the Hindu religion. Of course, my parents don't like it. Say, oh, you go to become pastor, if you. So somehow, story short, I went to India. I ordained there as a Swami. Until one day I met the teaching of Ajahn Chah, the books. The title of the books is Everything Arises, Everything Falls. It's translation by one of his disciples. So in that book, Ajahn Chah explained the wisdom side of Buddhism about Four Noble Truths, about anicca, about dukkha, about anatta, and the lifestyle of forest monk in Thailand. So somehow I got, oh, maybe this is it. So I kind of gambling. I'm already 6 years as a Hindu monk that time, but somehow I felt stuck. I close my eyes. I'm happy, feeling nice, joy. Open my eyes, same story. See something I like, see something I don't like, hear something I like, I grab, something I don't like, I push. Because it's all about concentration. That's what we do. So it's kind of similar with if you remember the first teacher of Prince Siddhartha is Alarakalama and Udakaramaputra. Teach concentration. Close your eyes, you're happy. You open your eyes, the eyes contact with the object, the sound, listen that sing during our meditation. Somehow they stop after we stop meditating. So this kind of thing, when we open our eyes, is trigger like and dislike. When we like something, we wanted to hold it as long as possible. If we don't like something, we try to push it straight away. Never in the middle. We never walking on the path, on the middle path. Pushing, holding, pushing, holding. And the most thing, like Alarakalama Udakaramaputra did, experience something don't like, you suffer, you close your eyes, run away. Make your mind concentrate, happy. How long you can do that? You open your eyes again, somebody say bad word, you run away again because it's unpleasant. You don't want unpleasant thing, always avoiding it. And this activity, avoiding what we don't like, is cause why we're not happy. We always prefer something. So the Buddha also understand that we need, he start to find the middle path, not pushing it or not follow it. We become the silent observers, pengamat tanpa komentar. We just become the witness. And somehow that is the clue I read when I actually it has some stories because after I become 6 years as a Hindu monk, I start to have a doubt why I just happy when I close my eyes. So somehow I don't find any answer and I got feel stuck. But I don't want it to go back home and I felt this is my way, become renunciate. I enjoy this brahmacharya life, but somehow I got stuck. I didn't see any other alternative because I thought Buddhism is dead already. I have no clue. I never met Buddhism. But in India, they also believe that Buddha is one of the reincarnation of Vishnu, avatar. So I have a chance to pass Bodh Gaya that time while still a Hindu monk. And so, oh, okay, then I stayed there for 3 days. I pay respect to this one of the avatar and ask for help. Did you been to Bodh Gaya before? Okay, so inside there is a Buddha Metta, like the main statue. So I went there first time. It's like 20 years ago. There is not yet proper toilet. There is no security. Because there is no security, you can stay whole night. Now you cannot because after the bombing, right? So that time and it's not so many people come yet. So just very quiet. I sit there for 3 days. Whenever I have free time, meditate there inside. And that time I don't know about Buddhism, so I thought you ask something to the Buddha. So please help me to find the path for me and meditate every time. That is the intention, asking for help. And that time I was teaching in Philippines. So I went to Philippines, teaching there about their religion. And I went to the bookstore. That is where I found the book of Ajahn Chah. I thought, oh, what is this? Then open the book, read it. Oh yeah. He thought about suffering is because you have this craving and it's within yourself. Somehow something click. Yeah, actually I'm not happy because myself. It's not because something outside. And the moment I put down that one thing, suffering disappear. What is left? Sense of happiness, contentment. I don't need to close my eyes. I can do it while open. I start to get glimpses. Oh, maybe this is it. I keep reading it, keep reading it. And of course, it take me like 6 months because I need to leave everything behind again, right? I already built my empire. I'm a teacher already and I have a different ashram. So I thought, and this one's, I'm not sure yet. I never met anybody. Nowadays, you can email Wat Pah Nanachat, but that time there's no email yet. So it's only address. So I thought after 6 months, kind of comparing things, so okay, I just tried it. So I went there. I gave all my robes to my friends and I went to Wat Pah Nanachat with my long hair, long beard. And when I arrived, they asked me, what do you want? Say, I want to become bhikkhu. No, you cannot ordain here. You need to cut your hair. You need to cut your beard, and you cannot ordain straight away. You need to become anagarika first. You need to become samanera first. So yeah, fine. But you need to eat once a day here. Yeah, fine. And so then I started there. So when I'm there, like in Wat Pah Nanachat, the first 7 years, you're basically under a training. The rules of the Buddha is 5 years as a monk. You need to be under a teacher. In Wat Pah Nanachat, including Anagarika and Samanera. So like 7 years. In the West, the branches even longer. In Ajahn Brahm place, it take like 1 year Anagarika and 2 years Samanera. In America also like that. So then, because that is my first contact with Buddhism, when I start to stay there, and when I become a monk, I thought all monks like this, because I have no contact. I don't know any monastery, any temple. So I thought, oh, this is how to become Buddhist monk. You need to be a Nagarika first, then after that you need to be Samanera, then you need to be monk. Then the first 5 years, you cannot go anywhere. You're not allowed to use a gadget, handphone, computer. Oh, okay. Because I have, it's a blessing in disguise to be ignorant. I don't know anything. So I thought all monks like this. All monks need to go alms round. All monks need to eat on the bowl. All monks need to eat once a day. All monks need don't have money. So I thought, well, okay, everywhere like that. Only until when I finished my basic training and started wandering in Thailand, then I saw, oh, there is different kind of monks. But somehow I already fell in love with the lifestyle. So okay, that's good for me. Before I don't have many option. Otherwise, maybe oh, it's too difficult. Wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Better I go to the temple. You don't need to wake up in the morning. And it happened like that. I observed there is a couple of times Indonesian came when I'm still young monk. And after they know that, oh, you need to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, you need to be anagarika first, you need to be samanera first, and the first 5 years you cannot go anywhere, they back up because there is many options. You can go anywhere in Thailand, ordained, and they plan to go back straight away to Indonesia. So because they know many options already. I don't have any option. I don't know anything. So that is my first experience with Buddhism, and somehow I keep trying it, and somehow I enjoyed it. The lifestyle seemed suitable for me. I will not say this is the best for everybody, but this is the most suitable for me. And for you, you need to find out what is the best or what is the most suitable approach. Obviously, you are lay people, so you have a different format practice. If we talk about dana, sila, bhavana, with the monastic life, we only different in the first two, dana. We have a different way to do dana. As a monk, we don't have material belongings, so this is how I do my dana, share my experience, share my knowledge, I guide people. This is how I do dana, sharing knowledge. With the lay people, you mostly are sharing the material thing, not only to the bhikkhus, but to to everybody. You have your family. If you see the Mangala Sutta, that's one of the blessing. If you have a good job, like now here, you have a proper income, that is blessing. In the Mangala Sutta, you support your father and mother, that is blessing. You can help your bigger family, I mean your nation, your country. It is also blessing. If you see it in Mangala Sutta, it's kind of progressive blessing until you understand the Four Noble Truth, see the samana, have a discussion with samana, have a conversation on Dhamma with samana. It's a blessing. So it's kind of a different format. In Dana, we quite different. In Sila, also you have 5 Sila, or sometimes you keep 8 Sila, and for the Bhikkhu, there's 227. And for the lay people, sometimes I observe, oh, Ajahn is so difficult to keep 5 Sila. Sometimes I need to drink. Yeah, okay, no problem. Try 4 first. Oh, I cannot. Sometimes 4 is difficult, Ajahn. Okay, 3. Oh, 3 is difficult. Okay, 2, difficult. 1, okay, still difficult. Okay, you can do dana. But for the monks, there's no discount. Once you decide to ordain, you need to keep the 227. If you feel you are not strong enough yet, don't ordain. Because it's not about ordaining or not. Even since the Buddha time, some of his lay disciples are very advanced. And some of the monks are, what is it? Begajulan. What do you call it? Lossy monks since the Buddha time, until now. So it's not about the robes, not about the status. So in Dana and Sila, we're quite different because our lifestyle are different. But on the level of bhavana, we are the same. You have bread, right? I also have bread. I observe my bread. You observe your bread. It's not like, oh, the bread of the monk and the bread of the layman. It's not like that. When you contemplate impermanence, there is no different. The impermanence of the monk are different with the impermanence of lay people. No, the same. So when we talk about practice, it's about internal thing. We are the same. It's only the first two, dana and sila, we are different. So it's not that, oh, everybody need to be monks. No. What is the most suitable for you? Just like the object of meditation, what is the most suitable for you? Just like food, some people like nasi goreng, some people like nasi padang, some people like spaghetti. If people keep arguing, what is the best food? Oh, spaghetti is the best food. That means mee goreng is wrong. And if you argue with that, maybe someone in the corner eating nasi goreng without arguing, he's the one who get full. And those who argue not get full. And sometimes Buddhism like that. We argue about Abhidhamma, we argue about which one is better, either Mahayana, Theravada, Vajrayana, wasting our time. If you have faith in particular tradition, then do it. If you have the benefit, you don't need to come with further conclusion. Therefore, this is the best, the right one, and the other are wrong. No, it means that one is the most beneficial for you. And if we boil it down, it's all about dana, sila, bhavana. So that is the short story and of my life. And while I'm in Thailand, I never think to go back to Indonesia because I don't know any Buddhists when I'm in Indonesia. I don't know which temple I should go. I don't know lay people there in Indonesia. So I just stayed there until last year. So I spent it's almost 18 years. I never thought go back. If I go back to Indonesia, where will I stay? How I go to alms round? Who is the lay people? I don't know anybody. So I just stay, enjoy my time in Thailand and sometime in Myanmar until last year. There is a Buddhist family in Bali. They have two children, both of them male, and both of them wanted to ordain as a forest monk. So they contact me in Thailand because they used to come to visit in Wat Pah Nanachat. So we have a contact. So when they thought, oh, can you come and guide two of my sons, and maybe if appropriate, bring them to Thailand to ordain in the forest tradition. So I went back, picked them up, bring it to Wat Pah Nanachat, and they have a small forest, kind of garden, kebun, and they have kuti there. They built kuti. So then they invite me to come to stay and say, okay, I come to stay. Same thing like did in Thailand. Morning I go for alms round. And now not only Buddhists doing the alms round. I go to the market. The Hindus also do. Hindus are more tolerant. So now there's like 6, 7 Hindus in the market. They do also alms round whenever I go Pindabad. And still same, eating on the bowl, eat once a day. There's nothing different. Because sometimes I meet some monks before. Then they say, oh, you need to go back to Indonesia. You cannot do like in Thailand. You cannot go arms round. You need to handling money. I say, well, if that is the case, then I don't need to go back. Where should I go back? So somehow I can still continue to be like a forest monk even in Indonesia. So then when I came, first time I tell these two boys, they are 27 and 23. I told them, oh, you don't need to go to monasteries. It's hassle. You need to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning. You only eat once a day. You cannot do this, you cannot do that. Like better stay in the house. You can wake up anytime you want, because they came from rich family. They don't need to work. You wake up 8 o'clock, you eat whenever you want to eat, you watch whatever TV you want, easier in the house. Don't go to monastery. So they say, oh no, Achan, we really want it. So, okay, but you remember, it's not me who convinced you to go. Because it's not easy. Like, what time you wake up in the morning, this morning? Okay, no problem. Just say it. 7, 6. And suddenly the rest of your life, you need to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning. How many times you eat? 3 times a day. Suddenly you need to eat one time a day all your life. How many hours you and your phone? Suddenly you are forced not to have it until finish the 7 years training. Of course, it's not easy. So that's why, like, it's not me who telling you. And if you're willing, then okay, go. That is how Ajahn Chah kind of filter his disciple. You become Anagarika first, Samanera first. If you cannot, no problem. You can still practice as a lay people. If I tell them like that, then they convince, oh, I don't need to go to monastery. Then they're not yet ready. So stay in the house. I also told their parents, maybe you should just keep one in the house to look after for you when you get old, you're already now 60s, keep one. Say, oh, no, Ajahn, actually, they really want it. They're happy with that. We support them. So, okay, I bring them. Because the parents also a practitioner. The last 3 years, they're keeping 8 sila, 8 precepts. So they live separate in their land. They're still husband and wife. Some people like that in the Buddha time, they're still husband and wife. They're 60s already and they retire. They built 2 kuti and 1 kuti for the mother, 1 kuti for the father, and 1 kuti for the 2 sons, 2 kuti. So they've been keeping for the last 3 years 8 precepts. So they understand actually what joy and happiness they experience by practicing renunciation. So when both of their sons want it, they're very supportive. And they're a Chinese family, so it's very unusual actually. And now they don't have children. So I asked them, who is going to look after you when you get old? Well, they just usually how I just kind of testing them, our karma, Ajahn. So we've been doing good all this life. Our karma become our protector. Okay, that is the right way to think. So then, just like what the Buddha said, we inherit our karma. We are responsible for it, whatever good or bad. If we're doing bad, even though we're surrounded by guardian people around us, we're not able to run away from it. So that's how I spent my first vasa in Indonesia, my 17 vasa. And I promised them that, okay, I help them until their son can return after finish the basic training. And now they are Samanera already. Maybe this February, it become their 1 year as a Samanera. They need to finish their robes because that is what one of our requirement in Wat Pah Nanachat. Before you ordain as a monk, you need to sew your own robes. Maybe you heard also when Ajahn Brahm talk about it, or they need to sew their robes. Then when complete, then they can ordain. So that is somehow the ngobrol-ngobrol from me. Still now is 8 o'clock. I don't know with you if you have some question, you are welcome. If not, then we can close the session.
Anybody would like to ask anything?
Yes, use mic.
Ajahn bahasa Indonesia aja ya.
Ya, enggak apa-apa, silahkan.
Saya mau tanya, meditasi saya ada saya kalau meditasi sih sekarang sudah hampir mungkin 6 bulan dulu, asal merem langsung kepala sini kencang atau getaran, nah sini sini sini. Terus agak lama langsung tutup mata ya. Terus kalau udah agak itu terasa kadang badan berat. Tapi kadang terasa terangkat tapi nggak keangkat, cuma terasa jadi badan kita jadi ada
Ya.
ada salah di mana ya? Saya pertama sih sebelum ini saya merasa ringan, berat, ya kayak empat elemen lah seperti itu. Tapi belakangan ini hanya yang itu aja yang jadi saya ada salah di mana? Apa terlalu melekat atau apa menjadi di sini ya? Di sini. Jadi pertama sih ketakutan, tapi saya berusaha terima aja lah. Diterima aja gitu. Pengennya tadi pengen stop total, tapi saya pikir saya udah latih lumayan, masa saya give up gitu. Sebab ada yang sebagian ada Bante bilang kalau kayak gitu boleh stop dulu 3 bulan, tapi ada yang bilang ya terusin. Jadi saya coba terusin aja. Terima kasih.
Metode meditasinya bagaimana, Ibu?
Saya pertama ya napas saja.
Nafas.
Napas saya ya sebenarnya sih kan di sini, tapi sebenarnya saya juga saya pernah ikut Merta Ada.
Oh ya.
Yang regular 1.
Ya.
Setelah itu belakangan saya regular 2 yang 4 elemen ya. Ada cakra, Mediterranean, tapi dia suruh kita tanah, air di repeat gitu. Nah, setelah itu saya ya rajin lah meditasi. Setelah mungkin kan waktu itu saya COVID ya 2000 ya ya kurang-kurang jadi meditasi itu mungkin setahun lebih apa 2 tahun. Terus meditasi saya pikir saya udah nggak mau elemen lagi lah. Terus saya balik ke napas saja. Nah setelah 1 tahun napas jadi perasa panas, sensasinya itu berasa elemen itu. Terus yang terakhir ya inilah. Ya gitulah.
Oke.
Kasih.
Berarti pernah retret ke Merta Ada?
Waktu
di Bali.
1-2 semua Zoom.
Oh Zoom, oke. Oke.
Uh-uh.
Jadi cuma buat informasi, tempat saya wasa itu dekat tempatnya Pak Merta Ada. Kalau saya pindah patah, lewat depannya. Dan biasanya kalau mereka habis retret, Pak Merta Ada sama murid-muridnya itu pindah patah. Jadi informasi sampingan, karena bilang Merta Ada. Jadi karena beliau juga Buddhis sebenarnya. Tapi murid-murid beliau kan datang dari berbagai kalangan. Ya ketika saya pindah patah, kalau mereka habis retret ya ada yang muslim, ada yang pakai jilbab, mereka ikut berbuat kebajikan. Nah, sekarang begini, ketika kita meditasi, tadi kan saya bilang tekniknya boleh apa saja, objeknya boleh apa saja, karena memang zaman Sang Buddha itu teknik dan objeknya itu bermacam-macam ya. Dan kalau dilihat di sutta itu sebenarnya anapanasati, meditasi dengan objek nafas itu belakangan diajarkannya. Ya, coba saja dibaca. Pertama kali 3 sutta pertama itu kan diajarkan kepada Pancawagya. Tidak ada lihat nafas, tidak ada kasina, tidak ada kan tentang pemahaman. Ya. Nah, jadi kalau orang tidak paham, dosisnya diturunkan, konsentrasi. Nah, misalnya saya kasih contoh, murid Sang Buddha yang paling cepat menangkap Dhamma itu namanya Bahya. Kalau pernah dengar Bahya Sutta, ada yang pernah dengar Bahya Sutta? Bahya, dia bukan biku juga. Dia Sang Buddha kasih instruksi, kan kalau murid-murid Sang Buddha ada yang murid yang paling pandai, Ananda, murid yang paling sakti, Moggallana, murid yang paling bijak, Bante Sariputta, ada yang paling-paling. Murid yang paling cepat menangkap Dhamma itu beliau, Bahia, bukan biku. Jadi dia seorang petapa. Petapa, sebenarnya petapa juga petapa KW. Kalau dengar sejarahnya ya, kita baca ungkap sejarahnya dikit. Beliau itu kan ceritanya pedagang, terus lagi berdagang bawa barang lewat perahu. Perahunya kecelakaan, hancur, dia survive ke pinggiran. Tapi tidak ada lagi barang yang tertinggal. Sampai bajunya juga. Baju orang dulu kan tidak seperti ini. Sarung, jadi kalau gampang jatuh kan di air. Jadi dia sampai ke daratan itu telanjang. Nah, mau ke desa, malu akhirnya ditutupi pakai kulit kayu. Begitu ke desa lah, orang-orang di India kan sampai sekarang begitu. Semakin aneh, semakin dipuja. Wah, ada petapa hebat, tidak pakai baju, malah dikasih makan, malah dikasih, oh kok enak begini ya, saya tidak usah ngapa-ngapain. Ya, jadi bisa dibilang ya petapa KW. Cuman akhirnya dapat, karena kehidupan yang lampaunya pernah sebagai biku, berjuang bersama dengan biku-biku lainnya, bikunya ada yang sudah mencapai, ada yang lahir di alam dewa, kasih petunjuk. Di sana ada Sang Buddha, cari. Dia yang bisa bantu kamu bebas. Dia jalan non-stop cari Sang Buddha. Sang Buddha kasih ajaran apa? Ketika melihat, cuma melihat. Ketika mendengar, cuma mendengar. Tidak ada lagi, oh itu tembok, itu warnanya putih. Itu kan bukan melihat lagi. Itu saya sudah, I describe it. Just sound, just hearing, just seeing. Tidak ada aku di sana. Dia nangkap langsung bebas. Akhirnya Sang Buddha bilang, cari patah, cari jubah, baru bisa ditahbiskan. Nah, begitu dia pergi cari, ditubruk oleh sapi liar, meninggal. Akhirnya Sang Buddha setelah makan tanya sama biku-biku yang lain, itu tadi yang petapa itu sekarang kemana? Kan mesti ditabisin. Oh sudah meninggal. Terus disuruh bikin stupa. Karena beliau sudah bebas. Dia yang paling cepat nangkap. Kalau kita, saya baca pun berkali-kali, kita baca berkali-kali, tidak bisa nangkap. Cuma baca teorinya, oh melihat ya melihat. Nah, dosisnya ketinggian. Diturunkan dosisnya. Konsentrasi kepada satu objek. Dosisnya ketinggian, oke, berlatih sila. Silanya ketinggian, latihan dana. Ini kan latihan-latihan melepas keakuan. Ini punya aku, ini punya aku, ini punya aku. Saya lepas dengan berdana. Saya mulai tidak mendengarkan si aku itu. Sila kan juga begitu. Ada nyamuk nemplok, saya mau bunuh. Saya maunya itu, saya relinquish kan ya. Saya mulai tidak dengarkan aku-aku itu. Konsentrasi juga nanti begitu. Cuma nanti bagaimana sikap batin kita mendekati objek itu, Ibu. Jadi misalnya Ibu nafas atau elemen. Pendekatannya itu bukan dengan digenggam. Kalau dipaksa, nanti itu muncul side effect seperti itu bisa. Tension di kepala, tension di, karena menggebu-gebu sekali. Menggebu-gebunya itu masih bercampur dengan menggebu-gebu ketika saya mau kaya raya, saya mau mobil BMW. Karena kadang-kadang kita bilangnya kan butuh tekad, Bante. Butuh tekad, Ajahn. Ya, tapi sekarang ini tekad yang kita bilang itu masih kecampuran dengan tanha itu. Saya mau kaya raya, saya tekadkan sekuat mungkin. Saya mau meditasi, konsentrasi, saya tekadkan semua sekuat mungkin. Tekadnya masih sama, belum tekad. Nah, jadi tidak tidak harus berhenti. Karena kan yang kita latih itu kesadaran sebenarnya. Objeknya itu cuma sebagai alat memfasilitasi agar sadarnya semakin tumbuh. Buddha itu kan sadar, arti harafiahnya. Yang sadar 100%. Nah, jadi kalau sadarnya 1 detik, ya kita jadi Buddha 1 detik. Itu kualitas sadar yang tiap orang punya. Itu yang dilatih dengan menggunakan suatu objek. Bukan objeknya diginiin. Ini meditasi-meditasi yang ada sudah sejak zaman Sang Buddha seperti itu. Alaraka Lama, Udakarama Puta. Nah, nanti bisa sakti. Itu karena masalah konsentrasi. Kayak dukun-dukun di Indo itu kan sakti-sakti. Konsentrasi mereka. Tapi tidak berarti mereka itu bebas. Masih menderita. Bante Mahamoggallana, Sakti Mandraguna. Bante Sariputta tidak sakti. Tapi dua-duanya bebas. Cuman kalau kita disuruh milih, kita kan maunya kayak Bante Mahamoggallana. Nah, jadi di sana keserakahannya itu sama dengan ketika kita memperhatikan objek meditasi, cenderungnya itu serakah, mau saya genggam, mau saya paksa. Makanya saya bilang tadi, 4 kebenaran mulianya itu juga dipakai ketika kita meditasi. Istirahat batin. Loh, kok ada nafas masuk? Tidak perlu langsung dipaksa, saya mau konsentrasi di sini. Anapanasati itu sebenarnya sudah ada sebelum Sang Buddha lahir. Teknik meditasi anapanasati ya. Waktu saya tahbisan sebagai Hindu monk, itu salah satu teknik meditasinya itu ya anapanasati. Nanti dibawa ke cakra, meditasi dari sana, nafas masuk keluar, nanti keluar dah nimitta. Itu masalah konsentrasi semua. Nah, walaupun kita bilang kita Buddhis atau retreat Buddhis, nanti kita bisa melihat meditasinya itu Buddhis apa enggak itu tidak otomatis. Kadang-kadang yang dipakai langsung sama samadhi, sama ditinya nggak dipakai, dipaksa konsentrasi bisa. Nah, nanti itu mungkin efek-efek sampingnya tegang-tegang dah muncul. Nah, coba duduk lagi, relax, sadar, batinnya istirahat. Saya rasakan badan, loh kok badannya ada nafas masuk, ada nafas keluar. Jadi pendekatannya saya merasakan badan dengan relax. Nafasnya masuk keluar sendiri. Sama-sama nafas, tapi nanti datangnya dari 2 tempat yang berbeda. Jangan berhenti diteruskan, cuman yang mesti diupdate sikap batinnya. Masih menggebu-gebu tanha itu apa enggak? Cuma istirahat kok. Jangan bilang saya mau meditasi, bilang saya mau istirahat batin. Karena meditasi sudah kadang-kadang sudah punya jargon yang berat. Saya harus begini, saya paksa. Oke, nanti dah meditasinya. Sekarang saya cuma mau istirahat batin 5 menit saja dulu. Just to get recognized, what is feel when I'm complete resting, but I'm aware. Jadinya nanti bisa diterjemahkan ke kehidupan sehari-hari. Jalan, nyapu, tapi sikap batinnya istirahat. Diteruskan, Ibu. Tapi coba diajar sedikit pendekatan batinnya bagaimana. Tidak ada yang salah sebenarnya. Jadi sensasi-sensasi yang muncul, tidak ada sensasi yang benar. Nanti itu jadinya bagaimana sikap batin kita mendekati sensasi itu. Ada sensasi tension. Bukan berarti, oh berarti salah ya, harusnya enggak tension di kepala. Yang ada saat itu apa? Nah, kita bagaimana sikap batinnya? Tidak dilawan, juga tidak diikuti. Kalau yang karena nanti bisa bermacam-macam yang muncul. Ada gambar, ada suara, ada sensasi di badan, tidak apa-apa. Yang kita lakukan itu kembali ke tengah sesering mungkin. Jadi pengamat tanpa komentar. Yang diamati apa? Oh ada nafas masuk. Lah sekarang kok ada sensasi begini di kepala. Kita tetap di tengah. Itu yang namanya jalan tengah. Ya. Jadi kalau sensasinya muncul lagi, ya oke, sekarang saya mau nonton. Itu kayak nonton apa? Apa sekarang yang sering nonton? Drama Korea ya? Ya, itu ya juga drama yang terjadi di sini. Ada sensasi ini, ada feeling ini, ya itu drama juga. Sekarang kita jadi penonton. Kalau kita nggak sadar, terbawa dah alur cerita drama Korea. Pas sedih nangis, pas lakonnya jatuh cinta kita juga seneng. Itu terbawa. Kalau kita ya tahu, wow itu mereka cuma acting. Nah, kita tidak terbawa lagi. Sama dengan pikiran, perasaan, termasuk sensasi di badan. Oh ini salah ya sensasinya. Enggak ada yang salah dengan sensasi itu. Ya.
Satu.
Anybody else?
Time already?
Yeah.
Ya, you can close it. Oh ada tangan, iya silahkan.
Okay, last question.
Karena bakal dikutuk sama yang lain. Kenapa? Nggak berhenti bertanya, udah ngantuk ini. Monggo silahkan Ibu.
Ajahn, selamat malam. Ajahn, saya boleh bertanya dalam bahasa Indonesia, tapi Ajahn boleh jawab bahasa Inggris atau Indonesia, yang mana lebih comfortable aja ya.
Ya.
Saya mau tanya, ya kadang-kadang saya memang dari awal melakukan teknik yang kayak Ajahn bilang gitu, maksudnya tergantung kadang-kadang kalau kita merasa lagi nggak nyaman, saya itu maksudnya chanting kayak nama Buddha gitu. Sesudah masuk baru pelan-pelan merasa napas. Ya, tergantung karena teknik itu kan banyak ya, tergantung mana yang lebih cocok sama kita. Jadi saya ada 2 pertanyaan Ajahn. Yang pertama, kenapa ya? Apakah normal kalau kita meditasi tiba-tiba kalau misalnya kita udah nyaman banget gitu, kayak udah nggak, apakah deep meditation atau gimana ya, udah nyaman banget, tiba-tiba nih kan lonceng gong ini kan, teng, kita memang tahu loncengnya gong gitu, teng gitu kan, tapi kita butuh kayaknya berapa menit gitu untuk keluar, nggak bisa langsung buka mata gitu loh, kayaknya belum soulnya itu kayak belum ini,
belum puas, belum mau keluar. Ya.
Itu normal nggak aja?
Normal.
Normal.
Normal. Oke, jawaban singkatnya normal. Kan pertanyaan tadi normal apa enggak normal? Normal. Nanti jawaban panjangnya belakangan. Yang kedua apa?
Yang kedua, pertama kali saya niat nimitta itu, pada saat pertama kali saya officially ikut meditation retreat ya, yang arrange sama BF di 𝑝𝑟𝒂𝒂𝒕𝒊𝒐𝒏. Paung yang di Batam ya. Waktu itu saya tidak tahu itu nimitta loh, Ajahn. Nanti saya tidak tahu itu nimitta. Cuman setelah itu baru seseorang kasih tahu saya bahwasanya itu nimitta gitu. Terus saya merasa ada 2 lingkaran, tengahnya kosong ya. Lingkaran itu berputar di 2 mata saya gitu loh. Dan itu sangat stable. Dia sangat nyata. Saya lagi tutup mata ya, itu sangat nyata dan sangat stable gitu loh. Putarannya itu sangat steady gitu loh, maksudnya. Terus kayak ada sebaris kata gitu, tapi saya nggak ingat itu kata apa gitu. Saya nggak bisa tahu itu perkataan apa, kayak sebaris kalimat gitu. Udah itu ada cahaya, tapi saya merasa kayaknya waktu itu kan saya siang meditasinya. Mungkin saya salah lah. Mungkin bisa aja karena cahaya matahari atau gimana. Tapi yang lingkaran itu, yang berputar-putar itu sama yang ada sebaris kata itu jelas banget gitu. Sesudah itu saya pikir besoknya saya meditasi lagi udah nggak ada lagi gitu, kayaknya baichan ya gitu ya. Terus saya pikir udah nggak ada lagi, udah selesai gitu pulang. Terus itu kejadiannya kan di Wihara Theravada. Terus 1-2 bulan kemudian saya kan ke Kongmengsan kan di Wihara Mahayana gitu kan. Malamnya kita ada meditasi rame-rame gitu loh, sama 𝐴𝒅𝒊𝒕𝒂𝒕𝒊𝒐𝒏 yang memimpin itu meditasi. Saya baru duduk aja nggak lama gitu udah merasa nyaman gitu kan. Langsung mulai lagi loh. Second time, kedua kali lagi muncul begitu. Terus saya sadar bahwasanya ada orang lagi meditasi jalan, tapi saya merasa nyaman banget, udaranya enak banget, kayaknya mau pengen duduk selama mungkin lah di situ. Ajahn. Sudah itu nggak ada lagi.
Pertanyaannya?
Pertanyaannya, saya mau tahu, saya sebenarnya nggak benar-benar interested masalah nimitta gitu ya. Karena saya merasa kalau memang kita bisa konsentrasi meditasi itu pasti ada manfaatnya buat diri kita sendiri juga. Cuman akhir-akhir ini saya lihat YouTube gitu ya. Saya lihat di YouTube gitu, saya penasaran. Saya pengen tahu maksudnya eh, kalau meditator itu bagaimana guru itu meditator itu tahu bahwasanya kalau nimitta kita kan tahu. Bagaimana mereka tahu itu mereka masuk ke jana gitu loh.
Oke.
Itu pertanyaan saya.
Mereka orang yang di luar.
Ada meditator kayak atau Bante
Oke.
atau siapa aja lah
Oke.
gitu.
Pada umumnya orang lain itu tidak akan tahu. Pada umumnya. Biasanya itu konsep meditator yang pakai teknik seperti itu nanti taunya dari wawancara. Ditanya nanti sama yang Bante pembimbingnya. Jadi ada interviewnya kan ya. Nah, kalau waktu saya di Myanmar juga pernah ke tempat seperti itu, ada yang interview. Udah lihat nimitta belum? Oh lihat, berapa lama? Nanti dicatat, terus seperti apa? Oh terus disimpulkan menurut mereka, versi mereka, pengertian mereka sesuai komentar yang mereka tahu di Myanmar. Oh itu nanti namanya jana pertama. Itu dari checklist waktu saya di sana. Guru yang menginterview itu belum tentu tahu. Karena kan dari interview. Kalau yang itu bohong, ya tidak tahu dia. Dapat dah stempel, kamu sudah dapat jana 1. Oh lebih lama nimittanya begini, kamu dapatlah stempel jana 2. Bangga dah kita. Ya, oh saya sudah jana. Kata siapa? Kata Bante itu. Nah, karena banyak ada perbedaan pendapat di komentar itu versi jana. Kalau di Thailand biasanya tidak seperti itu pendekatannya karena belum tentu itu ada nimittanya. Dan kadang-kadang nimitta itu keluar karena kita mengharapkannya. Karena kita sudah baca bukunya, kan ada bukunya, manualnya itu. Nanti jana begini, ada nimitta begini, berapa lama, itu dah yang saya inginkan. Apa yang kita inginkan ketika kita meditasi, pikiran mulai terkonsentrasi, itu yang akan keluar. Makanya orang-orang Katolik, kalau mereka sembahyang, Rosario, Bunda Maria, itu nanti yang keluar sebagai nimitta itu Bunda Maria. Kalau orang Hindu tergantung nanti dia percayanya yang mana. Apakah Kali, apakah Wisnu, apakah Krishna. Karena itu bisa dikondisikan. Nanti begitu pikirannya terkonsentrasi, apa yang kita mau bisa keluar. Diikuti, jadilah dukun-dukun di Indonesia begitu. Nah, nanti kalau ibu ikuti terus, itu kan sebenarnya nanti keluar dia. Keluar ke objek itu. Nah, nanti beda-beda tipis dengan skizofrenia. Suara mulai muncul, dipercaya dah. Nah, katanya kayak waktu saya di Myanmar ada satu biku di tempat PAU juga. Dengar dah suara, dengar dah, lihat dah gambar. Dan dipercaya dia sudah jana karena bisa lihat ini, lihat itu, dengar suaranya yang datang bilang kamu itu Buddha masa depan. Karena dikondisikan percaya nimitta, percaya yang di luar, dia percaya. Masuk rumah sakit gila. Jadi apapun yang terjadi saat meditasi, kita itu berada di posisi pengamat tanpa komentar. Kita tetap di rumah. Apapun yang muncul mungkin sensasi di kepala, kita masih di sini, pengamat di tengah. Nah, kalau dikondisikan, oh kasina itu superior, karena katanya begini harusnya kasina begini-begini. Nanti itu yang kita fokuskan, kita keluar dari rumah kita sebenarnya. Nah, jadi kalau di Thailand kadang-kadang yang dibilang pendekatannya samadhi. Bagaimana tahu samadhi? Ah, kamu lebih bahagia enggak? Karena lebih sulit dibuat stempel. Kamu mau ada jana apa tidak? Apakah hidupnya sudah semakin bahagia? Kamu punya nimitta, lihat nimitta kapan? Wah itu tahun lalu lah. Sekarang bagaimana? Apa yang ada sekarang? Oh adanya rasa marah. Bisa enggak kita di sana sebagai pengamat tanpa komentar? Begitu kita tidak ikuti, kan kita tidak menderita.
Ya benar, Bang.
Nah, jadi ketika kita berlatih Dhamma, kerangka dasar induknya itu jangan dilupakan. Apa itu? 4 kebenaran mulia. Mungkin kalau di Mahayana, mungkin pendekatannya agak berbeda, tapi kan juga untuk kebahagiaan. Apakah kalau saya sudah dapat stempel, apakah saya jana apa enggak ya? Oke, kalau dibilangin kamu sudah ada jana, apakah kamu masih menderita? Apakah masih terbawa oleh dosa, masih terbawa oleh loba atau moha? Karena nanti, jadi banyak nanti tuh yang sudah dapat stempel jana, misalnya di Myanmar, dia ke Thailand, oleh sama lumpo-lumpo itu bukan jana. Lah terus bagaimana bisa, loh kamu kok tidak mengakui sertifikat saya? Kayak orang belajar dokter di Amerika, dapat sertifikat dokter ke Indonesia, tidak bisa kerja. Karena kenapa? Sertifikatnya tidak diakui. Nah itu kalau kita melihat pendekatannya begitu. Jadi kalau apakah benar itu jana apa enggak, tidak masalah.
Tapi Ajahn saya pikir ya kayaknya jana itu nggak segampang itulah. Maksudnya mungkin ya nggak segampang itu kayaknya orang mau masuk ke jana gitu loh.
Kalau dilihat di Sutta, memang seperti itu. Waktu saya di Myanmar itu yang dapat jana uh, itu ber, ber, berlimpah ruah. Oh, dapat diminta sudah berapa menit? Oh, kamu jana pertama. Muridnya juga senang. Kadang-kadang saya melihat belum muridnya sudah tidak semangat, daripada tidak semangat, ya kamu udah di jana. Oh, happy dah. Seakan-akan, oh saya sudah dapat punya benda ini. Jadi seperti benda kepemilikan. Lupa, oke kamu sudah dikasih sertifikat jana, apakah kamu masih menderita? Ketika mata melihat objek, apakah kamu ada suka, tidak suka? Nah, jadi makanya saya sering ingatkan ke umat-umat itu, apalagi anak sekarang, teknik-teknik itu bermacam-macam, YouTube segala macam, kembali ke ajaran dasar esensinya itu 3 sutta pertama Sang Buddha ngajar. 4 kebenaran mulia, tentang anatta, tentang badan ini, badan dan mental ini. Apakah hidup saya semakin bahagia? Coba ditanya. Oh, berarti saya berlatihnya sudah benar. Dosa semakin berkurang, loba semakin berkurang, moha semakin berkurang. Tahu semakin berkurangnya bagaimana? Semakin sulit saya ketarik keluar ketika ada undangan-undangan buat marah dari mata telinga, undangan-undangan tidak suka dari mata, telinga, dan badan, atau sebaliknya. Bisa kita bilang itu latihan kita berjalan yang benar, walaupun tidak dapat sertifikat jana. Kalaupun nanti kita dapat, yang tahu kita sendiri kok.
Iya. Tapi saya memang merasa juga ada manfaatnya, Bante, dari sudut kalau kita merasa kayaknya lebih tenang, terus juga ada investigasi, maksudnya mana yang benar, mana yang nggak benar gitu.
Ya,
Saya lebih
tentu saja ada manfaatnya. Manfaatnya itu dari apa? Karena kita berlatih, ya. Bukan karena, oh ibu sudah dapat stempel jana apa enggak, kan enggak begitu. Mungkin orang ini sudah dapat jana, tapi dia tidak tahu karena tidak stempel. Yang dia tahu, hidup saya semakin bahagia. Ya tidak
benar.
apa-apa. Oh, saya tidak dapat stempel sebagai orang kaya. Ya tidak apa-apa, tapi buktinya saya punya tabungan 10 triliun. Orang tidak mengakui saya orang kaya. Ya tidak apa-apa. Saya makan, saya kenyang. Orang tidak tahu saya kenyang. Ya tidak apa-apa, yang tahu kan saya. Nah, ini pedoman kita berlatih, bukan dari pengakuan orang lain. Ya kadang-kadang kita berdiskusi apakah sudah benar ya seperti ini. Kalau masalah kebahagiaan, nanti kita sendiri kan yang tahu. Masalah kenyang apa tidak. Tentang tadi pertanyaan pertama, normal apa tidak. Semakin saya meditasi kok malah kayaknya tidak begitu mau keluar. Ya itu normal saja. Misalnya semua punya hobi di sini ya. Ada hobi. Apa contoh? Kasih hobi satu. Nonton drama, oke. Ketika nonton drama, berapa jam nontonnya? 10 jam. 1 jam misalnya. Ketika nonton drama 1 jam itu, karena dia enjoy, dia happy, dia kan fokus ke sana 1 jam. Tadi meditasi 30 menit aja udah, aduh sakit di sini, sakit di situ, karena enggak enjoy ya. Hobi itu sesuatu yang kita enjoy, kita lakukan. Lupa waktu jadinya. Ketika disuruh, misalnya lagi asik-asiknya nonton drama Korea, tiba-tiba disuruh apa sama istrinya, kan malah enggak suka. Karena lagi enjoy. Itu normal sekali ketika kita merasakan sesuatu yang kita suka, disuruh berhenti. Nggak mau kan ya. Makanya kebahagiaan-kebahagiaan lewat konsentrasi, lewat meditasi, itu sangat memabukkan. Bayangkan guru Pangeran Siddhartha, itu bliss upon bliss upon bliss. Tutup mata dia langsung bliss upon bliss. Begitu dia buka mata, bersentuhan dengan sesuatu yang dia tidak suka, langsung menderita, lari. Itu yang dia dapat, kebahagiaan dengan tutup mata. Karena bliss upon bliss upon bliss. Mereka berpikir ini sudah selesai. Pangeran Siddhartha ketika dia melampaui gurunya, dia masih bisa melihat. Karena dia punya parami kebijaksanaan yang sangat besar. Ketika tutup mata, iya, saya bliss upon bliss upon bliss upon bliss. Begitu buka mata, loh kok masih sama. Penderitaannya masih muncul. Masih ingat anak, masih ingat istri, masih takut ini, cemas itu. Kalau gurunya langsung lari, masuk lagi ke alam konsentrasinya, bliss upon blissnya lagi, karena menghindar. Makanya kenapa dicampur-campur, samatha iya, vipassana iya. Kita keluar dulu dari alam meditasi kita, buka mata, merasakan sensasi, ada apa sekarang, ada suara itu, reaksi saya bagaimana. Kita mulai berlatih menerima apa yang ada. Itu kan kebenaran mulai nomor 3. Kalau cuma ketemunya pas tutup mata, ya berarti itu belum. Tapi itu sangat bermanfaat. Karena kita mulai ada referensi. Oh begini rasanya tenang. Nah sekarang dicoba dibawa, diterjemahkan ke kehidupan sehari-hari. Waktu saya nyapu rumah, bisa enggak seperti itu? Proses yang kita bilang meditasi tutup mata nyaman itu seperti apa? Kalau cuma dengan memfokuskan, terbatas sekali. Makanya Sang Buddha kan bilang, oh berarti ini belum selesai. Pangeran Siddhartha ya. Ketika dia menyamai gurunya, Alaraka Lama, Udakara Buddha, dia bisa tahu, oh ini belum selesai. Dia coba alternatif kedua yang lazim saat itu, menyiksa badan. Yang pertama kan yang lazim saat itu pikirannya dihaluskan sehalus mungkin. Bahagia sebahagia-bahagianya, bliss upon bliss upon bliss. Konsentrasi. Dapatnya cuma apa? Pikirannya semakin halus. Dia masih lihat ini belum selesai. Berarti dia coba alternatif yang kedua. Juga menyiksa diri, hampir mati. Tidak dapat juga. Dikombinasikan. Saya batinnya tenang, baru saya mengamati fenomena. Apa? Ada yang berubah. Di mana? Di badan ini. Di pikiran ini. Nah, kalau cuma tenang-tenang saja, dia dapatnya ya cuma bliss upon bliss. Pengetahuan tidak muncul. Makanya yang namanya konsentrasi itu kan dia begini. Objeknya ini saya nempel ke objeknya. Dia tidak akan bisa melihat objeknya secara perspektif. Kalau dia nempel ke nafas, nanti muncul nimitta, yang dilihat nimitta, dia tidak akan melihat ada yang berubah. Makanya mundur selangkah. Nah, di teori-teori di Thailand juga begitu. Kamu punya jhana atau konsentrasi atau samadhi, keluar sedikit. Biar bisa mengamati perubahan. Karena kalau nempel 100% dengan objeknya, itu pengetahuan tidak muncul. Tapi bahagia dari samadhi. Ada 2 kan kebahagiaan. Dan ada lagi kebahagiaan dari pemahaman. Panya. Dua-duanya saling membantu. Kadang-kadang panyanya masih bukan panya mendalam. Ya kita tahu bahwa segala sesuatu berubah. tidak kekal. Ketika kita sakit, kita masih bisa mengajari diri sendiri. Oh ya, memang semua orang akan sakit, berubah, kadang-kadang sehat, kadang-kadang sakit. Itu sudah mengikis banyak penderitaan di batin. Belum 100% karena batinnya belum tenang ketika dia merenungkan. Tapi dari sana bisa membantu batinnya lebih tenang. Itu dibolak-balik. Kalau di Thailand kadang-kadang kita merenungkan, kadang-kadang kita pikiran distabilkan. Kalau Ajahn Chah bilang itu kayak tongkat. Kita angkat, dua-duanya terangkat. Tidak perlu dibuat dua kubu. Ketika saya ke Myanmar, pendekatannya seperti itu. Samatha dulu, sampai semua jana, baru vipassana lagi. Itu diangkat dua-duanya. Kadang-kadang kita duduk, batinnya sudah cenderung tenang. Kita bisa kontemplasi. Seperti kelima pancawagya itu, melihat badan, melihat pikiran. Kadang-kadang pikirannya ke sana kemari, oke, ditenangkan dulu. Kita tidak tahu kapan. Mungkin sesi ini berbeda dengan nanti sesi berikutnya. Dan objek-objeknya juga banyak. Mana yang cocok saat itu, waktu itu, tempat itu. Tidak bisa saklek kita. Makanya Ajahn tidak pernah ngajar tekniknya begini. Ada bermacam alternatif. Sebagai murid juga mesti pandai mana yang cocok saat itu. Ya.
Terima kasih Ajahn.
Okay, I think because the time is already showing about 8:40, so maybe we should end the session here. And I think we are very grateful, Ajahn, that you share with us your life stories. I think it's very inspiring, at least for me. And I hope this one will also inspire everyone to learn and practice the Dhamma. Shall we say three sadhus? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ajahn would like to
Boleh.
present the book.
Medana buku. Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ajahn Brahm. I just met him this May because he went to Bali. Yeah, so I went to him and he forget me, of course, because I met him last time when my second Vasa, that is like 15 years ago. So, Ajahn, I saw you last time in Wat Pah Nanachat. That is 15 years ago. So yeah, of course I forget. So we have a nice time chat for a bit before he gave the talk. Very nice talk. So he have this tour, Bali, Pekanbaru, Makassar, Jakarta. So yeah, I met him last time in May, one of our senior in the Ajahn Chah tradition. Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you. A blessing. Okay. Oh yeah. Blessing dulu. Okay. Okay. So request for a blessing. In Thailand, the blessing is the format is, we said yata varivaha pura pari garang. Then later on to the like sabba dengan kekuatan Buddha, Dhamma dan Sangha, semoga hidupnya berkah. Is actually is not that the monk who give the blessing. In that chant is actually, of course, in the Buddha time they speak Pali, so they understand. It means actually those who have a respect to the elders, respecting the sinners, they will have blessing of ayu wano sukang balang. Then after that, continue with the three praise with the blessing. May the Devada give you blessing, may the Buddha give you blessing, the Dhamma and the Sangha. So it's not me who give you the blessing. Your activity, what you do, that is what the blessing. I just remind you. That's what the blessing. And in Thailand, usually they pour water. That is the time where they share their merits to all beings from the wholesome activity they've been doing, like what we do, taking the sila, meditate, have a Dhamma discussion. That is all a good action, merit. So I share it to all beings. And to make it focus, in Thailand, the lay people pour water, because if they're not focused, the water will fall over everywhere. So it helped them to focus their intention. I share all my goodness with, usually after the meal in Thailand, with the merit of giving dana. I wanted to share it to all being while pouring the water. It's just a tool, upaya, to make focus the intention. So it's not like a clinic that I'm giving you the blessing. As I remind you that you have all this wholesome activity. That is what your berkah yang kamu punya. Just reminder. So it's not about clinic thing. Oh, the Ajahn give me the blessing. No, I remind you that it's your good action is the one who bless you. Yata wariwahapura paripurenti sakarang ewa mewa ito dinang petanang upakapati icitang patitang tumhang Kipame wasami jatu sape purendu sangkapa cando panaraso yata manijoti raso yata sapitiyo viwajantu sabbarogo winasatu mate bhawadvantarayo sukidigayuko bawa Abhiwadana silisa nicang Buddha pacayino Cattaro Dhamma wadanti ayu wanno sukang balang bawatu sabba manggalang rakantu sabba dewata Sabba Buddha nubhavena sada soti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba manggalang rakantu sabba dewata sabba dhamma nubhavena Sada soti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba manggalang rakantu sabba dewata sabba sangha nubhavena sada soti bhavantu te.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's offer 3 bows to one thing, Ajahn.